이를 위해 묻지도 않은 조언을 해줍니다. 참견받고 싶지 않으면. 근데 나도 뭐 어떡하지? 나 참견 좀 받아야 될 것 같아. 뭐야 이게? 매우 똑똑하나 사람들과는 잘 어울리지 못합니다. 매우 감정적이며 매력적인 성품을 지녔지만 불안정하죠. 육체적이다. 이걸로 하면 어떻게 돼? 이것도 조정이 돼? 근데 다른가? 그냥 똑똑한데 감수성도 보통이고 근데 육체는 좀 약해도 되지 않나? 그러면 두뇌파를 해보자. 웃기다. 이런 게 되는구나. 너는 집안의 거울에 있다. 지소지다. 맑은 물조차도 충분히 깊다면 익사할 수 있을지니. 들으는 걸까?
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
뭐야 이게?
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
아득할 만치 유구한 세월이 지나 이곳은 일체의 갈등도 결여됐지. 전처들의 부재만이 전처가고 있다.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle. Soaking in some lurid acidic sauce, it's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone.
아무것도 내주려 들지 않는 사람들에게 무언가를 바라는 나 자신이 좋아.
Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, chef?
내가 뭔데? 내가 나한테 욕했냐?
Yes, your one disco mother. There's this giant ball there, and evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
왜 이런 질문이 나올까? 여기서는 계속 큰 공이라고밖에 말 안 하는데 왜 작은?
Infinitesimally small.
이거 무슨 말이야? 한도 끝도 없이 작다.
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
패배의 맛을 보기 싫거든 내 옆에 그 사악한 유인원들의 면상을 후려갈겨야 할 것이다. 정말 슬픈 이야기.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago. You lost.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canino motor carriage.
소프리 퀸이나 공룡 마차입니다. 진짜 유인원이잖아. 나야? 코모도 레드 와인을 먹었나봐요? 비어있는 카드 케이스를 획득했다. 노래가 재생되는 도중에 누군가 테이프를 뜯어내고. 아, 이렇게 하면 볼 수 있다고? 신기하다. 뭐야, 나 신발 신은 거임? 한쪽 발만 이렇게 신은 거임? 진짜 웃겨. 바지도 입어. 여기는 좀 깨져 있는데?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
시각화 분석, 시험 피해를 산출한다?
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
아니야, 나 피해.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
아, 밑에 층에 그럼 호스텔 있겠네. 아, 여기 식당 있겠네. 저 옷도 좀 입고.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time.
나는 단지 넥타이를.
Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying.
난 단지 넥타이를 잡고 싶었을 뿐인데. 오 마이 갓. 아, 욕조 안에 뭐 이런 게 왜 있는 거야? 얘는 뭐야? 하얀색 세틴 셔츠를 얻었다.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things?
무슨 소릴까? 제국을 일으키고 도시의 파멸을 불러오며 너무나도 박력이 넘쳐서 사소한 일에는 신경조차 쓰지 않는 기백.
Probably not, no.
무슨 말일까? 망가진 세면대 위에 거리 붙어있고 요런 상태인데
Hot water sprays from the faucet's base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man.
수도세 괜찮을까?
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, behold,
깜짝 놀랐네.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
넌 이게 누군지 전혀 모르겠지. 그러게. 누굴까?
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh,
정말
wait.
기라고?
Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
네 얼굴에 명백한 사후경직 같은 근육의 변형이 살인 미소인가? 아, 왜?
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
미소에 무슨 의미가 있는 걸까? 내 생각에 이건 보다 설득력 있는 제안을 위한 표정이야. 나는 내가 살짝 동정이 가는 사람이라는 인상을 주려는 거야. 이건 고통의 표출이야. 고통의 표출이야.
You are correct.
백과사전명 어려운 십선. 마음속을 깊이 파고 들어가 이 사랑미소의 교환을 불가하는. 예.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
자유시장 경제야말로 인간의 최종적인 삶의 방식이라고 생각되던 시절입니다.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume la Million.
Guillaume?
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
디스코 음악의 눈부신 폭풍 속에서 언제나 레버실 서부의 나이트클럽 중 어딘가에서는 기욤의 금빛 머리카락이 스크린에 비쳤습니다.
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lemillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Some 20-odd years, there is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression, looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
또 다른가? 가령 내가 누구인가 같은 것은?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness. Aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice kinema.
저 밖에 있는 동명마차의 모델명이 커프리 키니마. 그래?
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
3%의 확률로 무조건 성공을 할 수 있어? 아니, 그냥 보건대 알았으니까.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
끝이야. 그럼 나 저 거울 해야 돼? 이거 위험하다고 하는 거 해야 돼? 답이 왔다.
Hello, officer.
하이.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
밥 가져와야지. 클라시에.
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
피자 먹어야지. 갈색 눈을 한 그녀의 얼굴은 여기저기 점이 있습니다. 28살.
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
이런 몰골하고 경찰이라고 하시는 거요?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
일단 피자를 한 입 먹고 이게 막 기방 맛있는 피자가요.
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Could it be...
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
경찰이 되고 싶다고 하면 아무나 받아준다. 살인 미소 지어본다.
The words have already left your mouth.
Oh my gosh.
What was that? That's not even how words are used.
No,
What did you say?
막아보지
Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time.
싫어.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
아니야. 죄송해요. 예쁜 언니. 그럴 의도는 아니었는데.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranye, another part of the world.
It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. There was the usual ruckus, loud disco music.
음악을 되게 사랑하나 봐.
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also, that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. Glad to have been of assistance.
그럼 내가 이렇게 이거 점유물 이탈 횡령죄 아님? 뭐야? 야, 이렇게 밖에 나와도 돼? 뛰기도 하네.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
실화야? 공감 못하는데?
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
인슐린 대 이솔라.
The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Stegosaurus Skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
The man plucks at the
운전도 못해놨구나.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
얘? 누군데?
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
킵스라기.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
난 모르는데?
So, the body, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
그래.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, should
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the...
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me?
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
왜 이렇게 싫어할까?
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
그놈들이 거기 있는 나무에 매달았어.
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
글쎄, 그냥
Good for you.
물어봤어.
Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
How?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
그쪽한테는 조금 매출력이 없는데. 해볼까? 성공.
As you blow this joint, behind you, a whiny voice shouts.
근데 몰래 아닌 건 너무 대놓고 튀었는데?
Real mature, man. Real mature.
Wild
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says, 5 Real. It feels... No, he's looking the other way. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
끼워볼까?
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
By the yelling man.
Looks like a Sao descendant. A lot of Sao dock workers around.
Really? You woke me up for that? Fine. Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir, but when I'm out, then I'm really out. Now, that's the name of my employer. I work in logistics. How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment.
너를 고용할 사람이 없는데 그럼 넌 어떻게 살라고?
For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say. Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was. We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us. Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back. Yeah. What about it? You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern? I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead. You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know. And
The lieutenant gives you a little nod.
Indeed. Help yourself to some.
The dock worker doesn't.
Okay. Goodbye. 저기요.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol.
That's right. You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his a security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. They didn't identify them. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as... Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
뭘까? 피해자는 노동 분쟁이 한창인 기업에서 일한 보안 요원입니다.
I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing you don't know. I assumed you were in on it. That's good. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after later. Was there any good? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the no.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain...
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my... It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents.
A point of pride to him.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does.
The lieutenant produces his small... We all have our different mediums.
Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you try work, the case at hand. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malignant.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've some you time? This is a police investigation. Please do. We will.
The lieutenant is pretty.
저장은 어떻게 하지? 자고 싶은데. 오늘은 여기까지. 옵스.